Here we are at the D8H. G'day, I'm Bruce, and in today's video we're back here looking at the D8H, which I had a look at in an earlier video. Before I could get back out to have a go at starting it, the farmers had a go at it and they shifted it. They got it going and shifted it, but they reckon it wasn't quite right, so they pulled the cylinder head off. The diagnosis was, the fellow said it would look like it was leaking water into number 5 cylinder, which is this one here. The back head's pulled off, the front head's still sitting on there. But when we look on here, we can see there's a crack right there. Crack running right through there. So obviously you can see that that's rusty, that cylinder's rusty. These other ones look good, they look like dry and a bit of carbon on, that's how they should look. So I'll just get my battery drill with a wire brush and I'll just run across that, run around there and see how badly it's cracked. Obviously somewhere along the line that the engine's probably been overheated. Something like this, the biggest danger is a stick coming through the radiator. And of course the operator's too busy driving the thing, and if they don't have a watchdog on them, if they don't have Murphy gauges, which they wouldn't have had originally, they can just run hotter and hotter and hotter, and the next thing that's the symptoms of an overheated motor is a cracked head. Pretty long grass here. Watch out for snakes. You can see here they pulled the rear cylinder head off, but you can see that's had moisture in there where that looks a bit dotty. I don't know whether I can move that piston. No, I can't. But you can see here the bore feels good. I think it's only got a carbon lip on top. And the test is with any of these motors, if you look at them, the carbon lip is always the same thickness. There's no broken top rings, but if the carbon lip on one bore is, say, that thick, the top ring will be broken. So that's another way to, I think that carbon lip there's the same, I think. There's a shot looking at the back of the radiator. I believe it's a D342 engine. These were 270 horsepower. The early model ones were 235 horsepower. When they got to D8K, the next model, like Shane had, they had a spacer plate. They had the gasket like that, then they had a plate, I don't know whether it would have been 3/8 of an inch thick or half an inch thick. Then they had another gasket, and they used to refer to them as a spacer plate engine because they had that plate between the block and the head. Look at that, there's a massive set of rippers on this machine. The D8H has a lot of room, and everything up there is pretty simple as far as operating the thing goes. It must have been sitting at the other shed for a long time. When you look at the track plates here, look how rusty they are. These were the ones that would have been sitting on the ground, and of course the other ones won't look anywhere near like that. You can see some of them have even cracked here too. Maybe because they're thinner from the rust. Look here, look at that one, that's cracked too. Look at that, some of the ones at the front there where the water would have been laying, they're basically like shale. This is on the other side. You can see how bad the grouser plates are on this side. I can see they've got some cracks in them and bits missing out of them, and it must be on highly acid soil, I would say, to rust, but of course we don't know how many years it's been sitting there either. This machine's got a U blade. You can see on the front there, you can see where it's angled around like that, probably so it can push a bit more dirt before the dirt starts to flow around the outside. They call that a bull tilt blade, when the arms just come straight down here, straight down there and the blade hooks on. That's the tilt cylinder. When that cylinder goes out, the blade goes like that. When the cylinder goes in, the blade goes like that. That's why it's called a tilt blade. This machine also had a stick rake down there nearby where it was sitting in another shed. It had a massive stick rake on it. The stick rake would have probably come out to about here and about that far at the other side. And I'm pretty sure these weighed about 35 or 36 tonne from memory. You can see there, Caterpillar D8H. This just gives you an idea of the size of this machine when you just look over here at the length of the shanks on the rippers. They are massive. And when they get to this design here too, they're different to the smaller dozers. They call that parallelogram rippers, where you have, or some people just refer to it as 4-barrel rippers. So what you can do here, if you only have 2 rams on here, well, it's just up and down, and you can't change the pitch and yaw, you can't change the angle of attack on the rippers. But the moment you put 4 rams on there, not only can you lift up and down, you can actually change the angle. And just say there's a whopping big rock or something under the ground, and if you just got a normal dozer that you can't change the angle, it might just be skidding over the top. But if they can change the angle on the rippers a bit like they are there now, and if they can get down low enough underneath that rock so that they can lift it, or down low enough that they can, something this big can actually get a grip on that rock and it might be able to lift it up out the ground. There's a shot looking at the operator console. It looks like it has an ID plate down there. It looks like it could be in Japanese. Looking over the operator console there, it's a fair lump of an engine, all right. The rams on the front there, the lift rams for the blade, they look to be in quite good condition. Surprisingly, the rams on the rippers look fairly good too, as well. I just thought I might give this head a bit of a buff where that crack is, just see if I can see any more cracks nearby. I've wire brushed it up there and you can see there's a crack here, crack running along there with my fingernail and a crack coming across the other side. I think the other ones are okay, but I'll give them a bit of a wire brush too and just see what they look like. I think these other cylinders will be okay. I can't see any cracks on them. That's number 6, number 5, number 4. Number 4 looks okay as well. The farmers said it took 3 strong men to lift the cylinder head off, and I will believe it. If I had to do it, I think I would get someone there with an excavator or a crane to try and lift it off. My days of even trying to lift something like that are well and truly in the past. The farmers changed the oil before it was moved, so it did have fresh oil to get from the other shed to this shed, which I thought was a pretty good idea. And then they could see that the oil went milky again pretty quickly, and then they thought, right, there's got to be something wrong. I know a lot of you were saying, go back, look at the man-sized dozer, try and get it going. Well, the way the weather was and the way this paddock's very boggy, and of course other things happen along the way too, that just get in your way that you're not expecting. So that's why I haven't had a chance to get back here until now. So that's the situation. It's not really the video I would like to make, but I did turn up here and have a bit of a look at what's going on to try and keep you up to date. Right, some questions for the viewers. If this was your machine and you decided, right, I'm going to fix this thing up, would you just get that cylinder head welded up by a specialist? Would you get an aftermarket head maybe from Tilly's in Toowoomba that wreck bulldozers and machinery like that? Would you get a brand new bear head from Caterpillar? The next step, would you pull the next head off and have a look at it, check it to see if it's okay? While you've got that head off, would you pull the sump, pull the pistons, put a set of rings and big ends in, and then put it all back together? So if you'd like to leave a comment, it would be just interesting to see what a lot of people would do. If you did want me to come back here and have a look at when they've got it back together and they're going to do the first start, leave a comment below and I will try and arrange it. Before I leave, I can't help it. I've just got to put some oil in these cylinders before I go. Just got to wipe some oil in there. I hate to see things like that going rusty. Just got to do it. If it was my machine, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night if I knew it was sitting there like that out in the weather. Right, that one's done. I'll go up to the next one. It's a pretty messy job, but we don't want it to be seized up by the time they make their mind up what they're going to do with it. Oil those bores up. I'll put some oil on this, around this cylinder here too. In case the rings get seized in on cylinder. I can hear the chip chip singing out. Righto, I'm glad I did that. Yep, it's one of those things. Get back down. That's probably about it for this video. So until next time, thanks very much for watching.